Hello international friends, now comes the English translation of this. It's a whole stele with an inscribed text from the island of Lemnos, speculated to be Pelasgian language, other people connecting it to the scripture of, yes thank you, to the scripture of the Etruscans. And before we go to that, the myth that says that the Etruscans left from the island of Lemnos itself and ended up there, we should see two Etruscan texts. First, the two dice that were found, and in every side there was a word, and there were words that were cut, let's say. The ending was always missing, and it was an epsilon. That's the first rule to read this inscription too. So, mache, from machome, give a battle. Sale, and then from aliskome, and then you see there Z was used very often in this tablet. You will see it as an indication of an aspiration, or as a sigma. Just like the Etruscan language, this one has many points about S sounds and less points about delta or something like that. So there are many assimilations and dissimilations of S sounds that will eventually create this text. So that's why Zale is Sale, so it's an aspiration. Ale, aliskome, I get coat, or alisko, if you suppose this, I catch somebody. Thue, thie, ypsilon turns to U, that's no novelty. So, sacrifice. Huthe is kithe, with ypsilon becoming, with U becoming an ypsilon, and then adding the ending from kefthe. Again, bury somebody or conceal somebody. Chie, this is not a C. That corresponds to a kind like chi of the Italians, or the Greek islands of the Aegeans, something that still happens. They would say chie, even today. From kio, and sae from sao, save. So they would throw the dice, and when the dice would be different, they would throw them again, and when they would stop both in a single word, that was the commandment. And those are the basic rules. So let's apply them into something bigger. This is a bilingual stele from, and you get it from Thomopoulos' book Pelasgica, and 64, page 64. So it was both in Latin and Etruscan. And Lars Cafatius is a name, of course. Cafates Larth, there's nothing to do here. But then, Haruspex fulguriator. And then the inscription in the Etruscan is Netzvis, and then we go with chi being a K, neck, and with V being an epsilon, nekis. And with this iota being an epsilon iota, we had this monophthongization that you will also meet here. Then we come to nekiis, the deads, the ones who are the deceased. Trutenvet. Then we come, T is a theta also, in both in classical Greek, and we'll see many examples of Etruscan names from graves that you can see this. And U can also be a long, that's a long vowel, so it's an omega. Troton. Here there is no, forget this vet for the time being, there is no omicron because he has already put it in the previous syllable. And that's another law that you will see both here and there, that when the same vocab appears in two syllables, then it is getting released from the second syllable and it gets omitted. So, throton, vet, iet, v as we say an ypsilon, et, and you are missing an ending. And ieton, the rails, of course, ietos. Frunta, and let's not get to this kappa yet. Frunta, v is a phi. U is an omicron, is an O vowel, and that's a short version, but even though, vrondas. Vrondas. So the lightnings, and this K is end. So, what should it be saying? Like, here lies, that's what you need, Cafatius Lartius, okay, which, that's the missing part here, all right? So we speculate which was honored by the city as somebody who would watch the dead, the rain, and the lightnings. In that sense, he was some kind of fortune teller, some kind of augur, like the Latins said, and this was the idea. So we have still to prove that those dental sounds can work with each other. So your names, we'll get 2 or 3 of them, we'll not get into all of them. About the dental sounds, areathe is Ariadne, and their delta is a theta. Right? Achmemrun is Agamemnon, and then that's the sound, the palatal sound. Gamma becomes a he. As I told you, Fulnike, Polynesis, and you see that this epsilon iota has been monophthongized and it's reduced to a iota. Hercle, Iraklis, you see here the omission, and here Menle, Menelaos, and they eat up this epsilon between the ni and the lambda because it's just in the previous syllable. And you can freeze it and see. So let's get to the reading part. Thole naphoth ziazi, which means Thole is the one who belongs to the tholos, let's say. And of course we also call the sky tholos because we perceive it as something around. So O you that you are up on the sky. Z is now something like a sigma, you should expect it. One kind of S sound, and it's an abbreviation for seron, which is hieron. The aspiration becomes an S again, and seron is the hieron, the temple, let's say. And naphoth, that's the interesting part. If you exchange phi with a vita and theta with an S, it's navos, the ship. Why does this happen? Why should it become a theta sound? Because right after it, you have another whistling sound, which is an S, like a zeta, but it's an S, so it has to get dissimilated. It has not to be similar, otherwise you cannot hear it. Ziazi, siasi, and that's an aspiration, so iasi. What's that? From iimi, I put in motion. So, O you, let's say, Supreme God, the people, let's say, in the temple have set the ship in motion. They have dispatched the ship. Maras, again, right? Maras, that's an accusative form in plural. The ones who are bright. From the Greek root mar, that's where marble comes from, the white stone that is shiny. It means I shine. Maras, mavis, let's go here. And then ma is a abbreviation of the word mother. But then again, they stick the last alpha of ma with the first alpha of the next word. So it's mavis, that's a sandhi, let's say. All right? And then avis is the priestess of fire, from the verb avo, I burn. That's why even today we say anavo, I light up something. Anavo cigaro, I light up a cigarette. There is another thing that we have, that's an X, that's not a psi, okay? Ciel, ciale, that's the ending that is missing, like in the dice. Ciele, and then chvis. That's not an F, that's a V sound, something like a glottal sound, chvis. So, ciele, iele, from the Homeric word epialo, which though has no aspiration on it. Yet Thomopoulos finds another, in Aristophanes he finds another word, the form, efialo, and that's with an aspiration, that's why you got your F there. But again, we have to take a distance from this thesis, and we speculate that it is probably just a dialectic, idiosyncratic difference. But again, as we say, then chvis is kvis, as we said, that's caviris, the cabeirians. But for the ones, for you and me, we could utter the word cabeirians. But if you were actually a priest, or if you were somebody who was into the cabeirian rituals, it was a forbidden word. That's why it appears just as kvis. And that's all about it. And then the next word. Again, you find the word avis, but now nothing is missing. The priestess of fire, nothing is missing because its environment accepts it. Ev is Ev, as you say, good, in a good manner. Isto, isto. Theta becomes a T again, okay? Let me stand. These words we have seen it many times. Zeron, seron, which is an aspiration, ieron, as we said. And then again, naith. It should be two N's here, but they omitted it because they touch each other, like two N's. So, naith, nais. Nais, let's say, is the priestess of the temple, of the naos. Probably the one who would get into the forbidden parts of the temple and would get the oracles outside. Sivai, sivai, and then here, or sivai, with, as we say, sevome today, I respect, with respect, respectfully. Van, there's an alpha here, because you got it in the previous syllable. Vane, and silicero, that's from I go, the one who has gone. Ala, stele again. Ala, the sea. Als, even in ancient Greek, is the sea. Stele, you're missing an ending here, as we say the same. Throw, iale, throw. Throw in the sea, what? Now comes serone, this is two words again. Sero, that's a dative form, in the temple. Nai is again, nai, of course, in the holy temple. Hieros is the holy. And then this morinail is again two things. First of all is morina, mirina, or mirina, as we say. And then you come to, where was I? Here, I was here, yes. And then comes from ilan, you're missing an ending, which is again ili with a iota, though we use it even nowadays in our military words. It's a detachment of cavalry. We call it ili, but with a iota. And finally, aker, which is K is a gamma, and which is agere, you get the ending from the previous syllable. Tavarzio, which is two words, tava and arzio, but again you omit this alpha because there are two alphas touching each other. So it's tava is tafat, the Dorian form, let's say, the burial of somebody, right? And then Arcio, that's an S, Arcio, to Arceus, that's a dative form, that's a name, probably the one the liberator, let's say. It's probable that it's not talking about real names, but about diacritic titles, as we say. Probably that was some kind of a commander, and Davis was probably not a name, but a type of priestess. So, what did we read until here and until here? Let's come to it. Okay, so, all you who are on the dome of heaven, let's say, they have dispatched the holy ship. Mother, fire priestess, O Mother Fire Priestess, sent the bright cabeirians. O Fire Priestess, let me stand well and respectfully at the holy temple as a nais, a temple priestess. What came, throw it in the sea. Throw in the sea whatever came. In the holy temple of Myrina, gather the cavalry where the burial of Arceus will happen. So it would happen in this temple. And this is the text. I would like to thank our kind photographer, Themis, and until next time, wish you all the best.